Rita Dairit, and this is Buhay Parang Life, where we discuss issues about this thing called life. Thank you, my dear viewers, for tuning into this episode. I invite you to please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. Buhay Parang Life is part of Faith Watch TV, and I encourage you to download the Faith Watch app on your mobile device. We read and value your comments, so please feel free to write down your comments and suggestions below. At kung meron po kayong kwento ng buhay na gusto nyong i-share dito sa Buhay Parang Life, please feel free to drop us a message. It has been said that education is the passport to the future. In this episode, we have a school director, and we will hear from her how she has transformed lives through the educational system that she is in. Welcome to Buhay Parang Life, Miss Ana Marie Jacinto, or Nanan, as she is fondly called. Hi, Nanan.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here, and I would love to share whatever I can about my experiences.
Nan, sabi ko, you are in an educational system. What is the name of the school wherein you are the school director?
The name is Punlaan School. It is located in San Juan City.
Oh, okay. So, ilang taon na ang Punlaan, Nanan?
Well, we started in 1975. That was a long time ago as a school for household helpers. And it was started by a group of volunteer housewives who, under the inspiration of Saint Jose Maria Escriva, they decided to help household helpers to professionalize the work in the home. So they would give them classes of cooking, baking, English, sewing, lessons. That was way back in 1975.
All right. So were you the first school director? Parang 15 years old ka lang noon, Nana, no?
So actually, I got to know Punlaan when I was still in high school, because my mother, actually, she's the neighbor of the center of Opus Dei, where this school was started by some housewives. And so they asked my mother to help teach English. And my mother was so helpful to also contribute her time, and she would teach English. And sometimes she would go out for some appointments, and she would say, Nana, can you substitute me as the teacher? So she would give me the English book, the lesson, and say, oh, you teach this one this afternoon. And I would go there and teach. And so that was how I first met Punlaan School, which later on I didn't realize I would become the school director after 20 years.
So at the start pala, itong Punlaan was envisioned as a training center for house helps. And
Yes.
very, very good to hear that it was started by a group of women housewives. So
Yes.
ilan muna yung helpers that was enrolled in the school?
So at that time, they were a group of around 20, a group of around 25. So they would learn all sorts of lessons, and they would be enrolled by their employers.
Okay. So how long then was before you graduate, is it a certificate course like you enroll for a period of 3 months yung what is the schedule? Noon before for the helpers?
It's only once a week for certain hours. And they would go there for maybe 6 months or a year. And by the time they graduate, they are already, they also have values, education. And so they learn how to be more respectful and how to work hard. And that is what the employers really appreciated. It's the values and the spiritual formation. And so this is somehow where Punlaan started.
And how did Punlaan evolve through the years? Because I do know that right now
Yes.
that is no longer the market, or is there
Yes.
still a department in Punlaan for helpers?
We still offer some short course for household helpers, but it was stopped during the pandemic.
Oh,
But now our real program is already with the culinary and hospitality industry for the hotels and restaurants. Because as time went on, we realized that there's already this market for the to professionalize the home arts, upgraded it, and it's now into the hotel and restaurant industry.
so now, what exactly is Punlaan right now? If you say my daughter is enrolled, or my neighbor is enrolled in Punlaan School, what exactly does that mean?
So that means that she's enrolled in a dual training scholarship program in hospitality and culinary arts. So this
So
is where we provide training to girls who cannot afford to go to college, and we give them free education and training in hospitality and culinary arts for 17 months.
for 17 for
17 months.
17 months. So, oh, it is a
Yes.
scholar. You called it kasi a dual training scholarship program. So it is a scholarship program because basically it is free.
Yes. The
So
tuition is free.
who covers who supports the
Yes.
school?
That is where the sponsors, the generous donors come in, because we solicit tuition from generous individuals, corporations who help us to sponsor the education of these young girls.
Okay, you also said it is a dual training scholarship program. What exactly does dual training mean?
So dual training means two places of learning. A school for the theory and on-the-job training for the hands-on. So we teach them all the theory, the personality development, valuation, the cooking theory, baking, dining services in the school. Then we have partner hotels and restaurants where they do their on-the-job training for 7 months. And after that, they are already somehow around 80% of our partner venues would absorb the girls for employment.
When saan galing yung mga students nyo? How do they know about Punlaan?
We advertise in the different public high schools. We advertise in social media. We go to our different friends and all our possible contacts with DSWD, so that we can have these girls who need an scholarship to have education after high school. These are for grade finishers.
So this is kind of a parang vocational course. Is not a college, it's
Yes,
a vocational
it's a
course.
vocational school.
Oh,
No, no, it's not a college. It's a vocational school, and it's 17 months.
and how many students do you, let us talk pre-pandemic, kasi ngayon medyo irregular eh. So pre-pandemic,
Yes,
after it has evolved from a school of helpers to, the young girls who are
yes,
fresh out of high school, how many were your students
yes.
pre-pandemic?
We are actually have more. Pre-pandemic, we were around 120. Then during the
120.
pandemic time, we dropped enrollment. We only had around 70 girls for enrollment last year, but this time it's again going up. So hopefully, with the pandemic, we'll be having more girls again, because the pandemic was a very hard time for us in school.
For everyone, for the educational system.
Yes.
And so what is the qualifier? Is it just, basta high school graduate? What is the qualifier? How does a girl qualify to enter the school?
So to qualify to attend school, we take in who are 18 to 23 years old. They have to be grade 12 finishers. They have to be female. They have to have at least high school or grade average 80%.
Oh, may grade requirement, 80%. May entrance exam ba?
Yes.
Who are your teachers? These are
Yes, they also
may entrance exam, Nanan?
yes, they also have to take an exam. But it's a very short exam, so they should not feel so anxious about it.
And who are the professors? Sinong nagtuturo? Is it also on a voluntary, volunteer basis?
No, no more, no more. We all our teachers are very competent, very qualified, and they are very aligned with our mission. And we have around uh, 10 full-time staff and around 15 part-timers.
Okay, so you spoke of mission. What exactly is the mission of Punlaan School?
Is to provide underprivileged young women with the human, the professional, the spiritual, human formation to uplift them, to have a dignity, a better life.
Okay, so tell us, Nanan, what are the key features of your curriculum? Yung in that
And
70
the key features,
yes.
yes. So we provide, first of all, these girls with the skills, the attitude. So we provide not only the skills, which is the cooking skills, the baking skills, the professional skills. We also provide, so that's the skills. We have the intellect, of course, which we provide the knowledge, the theory, and the values formation. So this is very important because we are God-centered school, and we always teach our girls that your faith is very, very important. This is what will carry through your life, your career. And in fact, when we ask the graduates, what is it that you really learned most in Punlaan or that you liked most in Punlaan, they would say the spiritual. It's the values that I learned. It's the being closer to God. And this is a very, very inspiring for us because we know that we are able to teach not only the intellectual, the physical, but the spiritual as well.
So is it a requirement, Nana, that a student is a Catholic, a Roman Catholic when they enter? Oh,
No,
no.
we have even Muslim, we have Protestants, we have Iglesia, we have anyone. It is open, free to attend our classes.
But this is an initiative of Opus Dei, right? Of women in Opus Dei, right?
So it's the spiritual. the spiritual formation and spiritual direction is entrusted to Opus Dei, but it's owned and operated by our foundation, which is the Foundation for Professional Training Incorporated.
So has there been any conversion to Catholicism, Nanan, among the students,
Oh,
knowing how you
yes.
think about the faith? Really? Tell
Yes,
us a story.
yes, yes. Well, we actually are able to help girls, for example, who were somehow they were Catholics and then they got confused, they got carried away by some friends to
Right.
another belief.
Right.
And with the faith, the God-centeredness, and all the values formation that we have in Punlaan, they become curious again about the Catholic faith, and then they're able to get again and to join back in Catholic faith. But of course, this is uh, completely voluntary, completely voluntary. So there
So
are many of these kinds of stories.
I'm sure, Nanan, as a school director, you've encountered different kinds of girls, iba-ibang kwento. If I ask
Yes.
you most memorable experiences, what would be like top of your mind?
You know, I would say that it's graduations. I always cry graduations because as I see them up stage one, I recall the times when this person was crying because she had no money, the time when she had these family problems. Many of them, they're so shy when they come into school. But after, when they graduate, after the on-the-job training, wow, they bloom. They're so confident. They are able to talk with guests, even with foreigners, and they're able to get good jobs such that they even become chefs now, and they're even in cruise liners, they're managers, and this is what is for me the most memorable, which is the sense of fulfillment because you're so happy for them, you're so happy for their success, and you share in their happiness, not their happiness, but their families as well. So this successful of happiness is really what gives me a lot of joy and so memorable.
I can imagine, Nanan, you are receiving so many love letters from your students and their parents. Kasi we do know that education does not only impact the person that studied, but it
Yes,
impacts the entire
yes,
family and the future generation. So, Nan, what
yes.
is your hopes and aspirations for Punlaan School?
Luckily, we have a new seven-story building that we have just finished construction because we had started in 1975 with a wooden structure, which is really a fire hazard for a culinary school. So when our foundation approved the construction of a seven-story school building, we are so excited to be able to expand and to have from 200 students population, which we have right now, we are planning for 500 a year. And that would really be amazing. We're so excited to be able to help double the number of students and double the number of families as well. So this is my dream come true. And this is a dream fulfilled for me that we be able to expand and offer more courses and help more students.
But this is only in Metro Manila right now, right, Nanan? Wala
Yes,
bang plano to
we have,
expand
yes,
in other islands?
actually we have a school similar to Punlaan. This is in Cebu,
Oh, okay.
called
Anak
Banilan.
Cebu.
Yes, Banilan. And we also have this school in Laguna, which is Anihan School. also under the foundation, and they have almost the same program as ours.
Oh, wow. So you're all over the place. Okay, Nan. How can a person, support your initiative? Baka may, people are
We
listening,
are always
nakagraduate na
waiting
mga anak
for,
nila,
yes,
they want to help,
yes,
they help.
yes. We are always willing for any support in terms of financial or products in kind, or even just to help us spread the word. Already a big help for us to make people aware of Punlaan is already a big help for us, so that we can spread the word that a school that is helping the underprivileged to reach their dreams. And this is already a big help.
Nan, this program is, the Faith Watch TV has 238,000 subscribers all over the world. And I can imagine,
Oh,
na baka,
that's
wonderful.
wonderful.
One of those who will view this episode will be like a former student. So for those who have graduated from Punlaan and is,
Yes.
watching this episode, what is your message for them?
I would like to tell them, first of all, that I have been so blessed to have worked in Punlaan School, which is not only a school but had been a family for me. And it's a family that aims to help others. We want to help more students, and we want to reach out to more people, and we want to serve the community. So we ask your help to spread, to make more people aware of Punlaan, and any way that you can help us in terms of financing or donors, then that would be really a big help for us. And we appreciate any donation or any amount that is really going to go a very, very long way to help their poor Filipina countrymen.
So have you had any students who has given back? Yung mga graduates mo na, oh, now I will donate.
Yes.
Because,
Do you know? Yes, of course. Do you know that we have this girl who is a butcher in a cruise ship,
oh,
and she would tell me that, you know what, ma'am, I every day I butcher this ton of tuna, and I end up so tired. But I was able to save enough money for the eye operation of my mother. And because of that, she did not go blind. And also, I'm giving a donation to Punlaan. So she came to Punlaan, she gave me the donation, and I said, oh, thank you very, very much. It's really very touching, because so many graduates, they're able to buy a house, a lot, a car for their family. And then they go to Punlaan and say, Mom, I'm also donating for Punlaan. And with this, we are, of course, very, very blessed again with our graduates who help us not only in terms of donation, but also in 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 the good performance that they are giving in the hotels and restaurants. It is so many more are helped because the hotels and restaurants keep on asking for more Punlaan students, that we are always telling them out of stock. Our graduates and students are out of stock.
so you have
Yes.
100% employment after graduation?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, they are employed after graduation.
Oh, wow. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Nanan, for
Yes.
all the work that you do. Thank you for
Thank
Punlaan.
you, thank you, thank you. Thank
Truly,
you.
education transforms lives. Yan na nga po sinasabi natin sa ating government, hindi population control ang sagot sa kahirapan, kung hindi edukasyon. Thank you, my dear viewers,
Yes.
for watching this. This is Rita Dairit reminding you today, haba-habaan po ang pasensya sapagkat ang buhay parang life.
Ako po si Razel Labosada. 10 po kami magkakapatid. Si Papa po, nagbobote lamang po siya. Hindi po ako kayang pag-aralin ng magulang ko. Sa Punlaan po, marami po akong nalaman na mga luto. Tinuturuan din po kami yung values po namin. Napaka-importante po ng Punlaan School sa akin sapagkat tinutulungan niya po ako kung paano po matupad yung mga pangarap ko. At nawa po, marami pa pong mga kababaihan na tulad ko na sa pamamagitan po ng Punlaan ay matupad po nila yung minimithi nilang pangarap.
My name is V. Armia Serrano. I came from a family of 4. My father was a driver and my mother was a housewife. My parents couldn't afford to send me to college. Punlaan School not only taught me the subjects, they taught me everything I need to learn in life. I was absorbed by the 5-star hotel. I did my on-the-job training, which is the EDSA Shangri-La Manila. The executive pastry chef sent me to Switzerland to do my training in chocolate making. And I applied in the 7-star hotel in the world, which is the Burj Al Arab in Dubai. And now I am currently working in Hyatt City of Dreams, and I recently joined the Philippine Culinary Cup in the Chocolate Showpiece category. And I won the Silver Award. And now that I have my own family, I am now able to provide for all our needs. Punlaan School really guided me, gave me the path to success.
It's a wonderful thing to be able to see a young girl, transform, be empowered, and come forward. For me, the Punlaan girls are like the yeast. The yeast is so vital to push up, the bread and create that chemical reaction. They help me, create the culture, build the culture, enrich the culture. I like that sense of dedication to their work. We are winning more from the end of getting these ladies into our organization.